both of you said, "I never opened a gym. Fuck that."
Yeah, that's true.
Now you have two of them. The fuck happened?
When did we last see you in
That was
person?
a long time ago.
Pre-lockdowns.
Yeah, no, it was just the evolution of it because we, what was before the gym? The mentorship, like we launched all that. I felt like we learnt a lot through that process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was excited to come train in your like at-home gym.
Yeah.
Still a lot of gym
and you,
equipment in there.
Cut walls out and shit, cut rock out, and then it was like, no,
Did all
that
we
shit,
have
yeah.
a gym now.
Yeah. But before that was the mentorship. We learned a little bit about marketing, about launching, and a few other like just key business processes. And then that went really well and continues to do well.
Mm-hmm.
And then that was like, oh, cool. Like I feel like we ticked that box.
Yep.
And then the next level to it is potentially a gym. But like you said, because of COVID, we started in a house, and we had been collecting secondhand equipment for years because we're like, eventually I want to put some shit at home.
Yeah.
So we had like a bit of a collection of just crap in the garage anyway.
During COVID, we had a mono and a bench.
Had everything.
Leg
Just shit that
extension,
we
leg
just
curl
bought.
in a single carport.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like
Sounds
the
amazing.
barbell on either side was like
Yeah, it was tight.
just touch it off the wall that you could fit a plate on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it started as that, and then because we were like, oh man, how good would it be to train at home? And then we cleared out the new houses. We cleared out the rock and made it really aesthetic and spent heaps of money on like developing that and put it all in there. And then it was sick to train, but
Great over COVID.
and we actually met like a bunch of these people who still train here today. Like I was inviting around. I'm like, yeah, come train, like fucking hang out. And just got a bit of a vibe going. And I think off the back of that and COVID opening back up and just like opportunities arising, it was kind of like, oh, I kind of like this. I don't know. And then it just felt like the next evolution of like brand and authority and just like once you own a gym, it's like kind of that little bit more respect.
We get
I
it.
guess.
We get it.
Brick and
now.
mortar
It's
gives you status.
Where's
a
your
little
gym?
bit. Yeah.
It's like on the internet.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But where's your gym?
Yeah, people don't understand it.
Or even like what you do. If you just say like, I have a gym, they're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like your mum and your grandpa and
Yeah, it's
shit.
like,
oh,
Yeah.
I
I have
run-
a gym. Oh, okay.
100%.
I
know
run a
what that
fitness
is.
business. What the fuck does that mean? Do you do Zoom calls in latex? Like, how
Yeah.
does this?
Yeah. They don't get it until it's brick and mortar.
Yeah.
But then it just was like it happened really quickly in terms of like from idea to reality.
Yes, and this gym is Will's. Townsville is my fault. Like Will was.
I love that
like-
it's fault,
Yeah.
not idea,
This-
inspiration.
This
it's
gym
just
is
fault.
Will's fault, and then Townsville is my fault. So Will found this place on Facebook Marketplace.
Of all places,
Yeah,
marketplace.
he's like some guy was just closing his gym down and selling it off, and said gym for sale. And
Mad.
Will obviously working with a business coach at the time to get the mentorship and all that sort of up and running and growing and doing really well, bringing on new coaches and just improving the whole system of the business. Actually, like having a structured business. We were just like, well, we've done well out of this. Like, what is the next evolution? And so Will just found this on Marketplace.
Yeah, but there was one more key aspect to it, and I feel like you guys will, doing what you do in knowing a lot of gym owners and coaches and stuff will understand, and that is that I see a lot of gym owners, like they started out of just passion, whatever. Maybe they're a PT at a gym and they're like, oh, fuck, I'll bring all my clients across and then just have my own place.
Yeah.
Never works like that. But anyway, then they get in there and then they realize that people just aren't going to rock up.
Yeah.
And now I have to pay bills. Oh, who's going to clean the floor? I guess I'll do that.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you go from owning a gym and the things that you should be doing to grow the gym, you can't do because you're so fucking busy. And then you do that for 10 years and then you're like, this actually sucks, so I don't actually make that much money out of this. I get paid a standard fucking job wage at the end of the day once after expenses. So, and then they end up never growing.
Yeah.
And then they shut down. That's the standard. So for us, a massive like key component of it was like, we already have full books of clients.
Full time jobs.
Like we already have full-time jobs, like very good jobs that I like doing. So if we open a gym, I can't work there.
You don't want to buy another job.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm trading. I would be trading with that job for another job, and potentially not a good job in terms of like lifestyle and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was like we can't open a facility until we get somebody like can afford not only the facility but a full-time employee to run it for us and to everything. So
we've had that exact conversation.
Yeah, so we needed to go, right, like, so it's not only the launch fees and the equipment and all this money that we need for that, but all the upfronts, but it's also like a full-time wage that we need to be able to afford from day one when there's no clients in there, and be able to the online business needed to be strong enough to almost like support this one until it could support itself. Yeah. So I feel like that's maybe where like a lot of gyms just kind of either fall or kind of just cruise, like they never kind of get anywhere. Whereas for us, that was massive, is being like, okay, like that's a separate thing and we're just going to like focus on the growth of it. Yeah.
The other difference as well is that obviously having the online company at such a successful position that it was in, the systems that we were implementing here, we already had. Yeah. So like we offer, high quality coaching, programming, and all that sort of stuff, like the nutrition, the whole system and the service. So all we were doing is porting our online services to a physical location. Yeah. This is just the place that you now execute what we have spent the last 9-10 years developing. So that was a huge no-brainer for us, where again, like a lot of other gym owners, they're like, oh, now I need to get really good at writing programs and coaching people and things like that. We had great quality coaches that we had as staff that we brought in, and people that could implement the programming systems that we have.
Or they just don't offer coaching, and then they end up competing against Snap Fitness.
Yeah.
And then Snap Fitness is always going to kick your ass because they're such a powerful brand and know how to market way better than you ever.
And their price point is...
unless they're charging $12 a week. So unless you want to charge fucking $10 a week.
Make nothing.
I think that's a really interesting point with powerlifting in particular. I was thinking about this on the way here. Do you think the landscape has shifted? I know when I first got into powerlifting coaching, it was like you'd sit down with someone and like tell them your price, then be like, I get coaching and a membership and a whatever at my gym for $40 a week. And it's like the programming's just the program of the strongest person in the gym that's just giving it to everybody. Mm-hmm. And that was like the standard kind of practice. I know at least in Melbourne, a lot of those gyms are vanished because it's like they didn't have the systems and the services to actually move online or be dynamic in any kind of way. Has the landscape, because I'm probably unplugged a little bit from it now, has that landscape changed? Is this kind of high value,
I feel like everybody's
price
hybrid now. Yeah. Like if you haven't got online coaching down, like you're going to be struggling. Because again, you're aligning yourself to compete against Worlds and against fucking Good Life and shit like that. And if you're just renting your space out and here's my PT, but like they're no better than any other PT or whatever, like it's
no differentiation.
You're in direct competition with. It's like me going like, I'm going to start a grocer and I'm just going to fucking take down Woolies. Like, it's like absolutely no chance. Like, fuck.
Yeah, our point of difference is that high quality, custom personalization, and then the culture and the community that big box gyms just sadly can't create because they're appealing to masses and volumes. Yeah. So we are like our target market, we know our sort of target market and who we're looking for. It's not just powerlifters, because if you're a powerlifter, you probably know the space exists, right? So you're probably
here. You're going to Google it and find us straight away.
You put in powerlifting gym and there's 3 locations on the Gold Coast in particular that come up, and we are one of them. Yeah. So the other ones are obviously much further north, so location then. We're appealing to people that are sick of the world gyms or the commercial spaces that don't have that community and culture. That, if you're spending a large period of time at the gym, you want to enjoy your time there, and you don't also want to be overwhelmed by people bumping into you or,
Just
what I mean?
Dicks.
So, our members are people that were at those commercial gyms.
Yeah, but I swear when I train, even when I train at Worlds, I turn into a bit of like you stand off because everybody else is like that. Everyone's wearing headphones. Everybody's like, you catch somebody's eye and you're like, oh, fucking don't look at me, cunt.
Yeah.
Like it's just very different. Whereas you walk in here, literally first second walking in the door, like everyone, like
you got
three people are fist bumping you. Yeah. Everybody's yelling, actually just talking to each other like people, so it's
a community, it's a culture, and that is our point of difference.
I think the one thing, I remember one particular moment that we're already in the in the mindset of like opening it, but we hadn't got the location or whatever, and we're training at Worlds. And there was one particular incident that really kind of irked me, and I always go back to it and the difference to how we are now, and that is that Mikki was training, and I think you were trying to do bicep curls or tricep push downs, one of the two, like on a cable station.
Yeah, there was a functional trainer. Yeah,
then there was a functional trainer, so you got two sides to it, and one other member there was you doing also push downs or whatever on one side, and then Mikki went up and asked, "Oh, hey, do you mind if I use the other side for my tricep push downs?" And she was like, "Oh no, sorry, like I'm supersetting. I'm doing tricep push downs on this one and then bicep curls on that one." And I was like, "What? I just move the thing like down.
Yeah.
You know, it moves, yeah." Like, and it was just like that just pissed me off. Like, God, no.
Yeah.
We're open in our gym. Everybody's going to work in together.
Or just share
I'm using that as bicep curls to just do triceps here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She wouldn't share the
space.
functional cable machine with me.
Yeah, I'm
In
not
a
saying she's a
gym-
bad person. I'm just saying like
the vibe's not good there.
it's not the
The
same.
community's not great. Yeah.
I want people to share.
I was comfortable and confident enough to walk up to someone and ask if I could work in with them, which is one thing that even in commercial gyms you're just like, oh, I'll just wait for them, and then they're on the machine for ages,
forever.
How
Whatever.
many sets you got, bro?
Yeah.
But there was
that was another moment.
Yeah.
another incident is like, how many sets have you got in this league? And she's like, 5 more sets. I'm like, okay,
Just
cool,
seen
no
you do
worries.
3.
Legit, he did like 8 sets on this thing,
fuck,
but
that
he was
kills
just
me.
sitting there, and then
20-minute
in
phone break.
between, it's the in between that it's like
Yeah.
I know that this person has got to work on this piece of equipment,
Yeah.
and instead of like being a little bit more brisk paced with my resting set time, he was just sitting there on his phone, and I just walked up and I was like, I just lingered. I was like, you know what? Screw this guy. Like, you know what? I'm here and I got to use that piece of equipment too, man.
Yeah.
So, again, like I think I ended up walking up and just be like, hey, in between your sets, can I jump in? And I just like, I did the whole like, that's your weight. This is my weight. And just add another 2 or 3 plates. I'm like, screw you, man. Like,
Even if I die, it's worth it.
But that's the very long story. That's the long version of it where that mindset changed. It was just like kind of like it just came out of opportunity, and we had the things in place, like a bunch of things already ready to go, and it just made sense.
Yeah, it's funny. Like we've
Townsville was
obviously
different.
We've designed our gym a lot.
Yeah, it's
like
perfect.
14
it's
different.
perfect.
You've
It
been
just
at
hasn't-
14 iterations.
It's perfect. It just hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, we're basically ready obviously lockdowns, and the models changed and all that kind of stuff. But the theme the entire time has been like, not buying a gym. I'm not buying a job. Sorry, I'm not going to be the cleaner. I'm not going to be the receptionist. I'm not like. Otherwise, we would already be open.
Are you opening it to the public, or is it just a studio sort
Semi?
It's probably more of a headquarters, and then people are going to train there.
Yeah, priority is HQ. So
Content.
Podcast studio, filming room, lecture room, like classroom,
education facility.
Somewhere it's aesthetic, so we can film content, do all that
People
kind
can
of stuff.
hire it out if they wanted to for content stuff.
But
like that.
able to create our own community, like you guys are talking about downstairs, where it's like we can still go train with our people when we want to train with our people.
And have fun training there.
Yeah, definitely.
Doesn't feel like you're training at work.
Yeah, and just have the stuff that I want to have too. I'm like Will. It's like I'm very selfish in that. And it's just like I just want to have. I don't want to have to drive to 3 different gyms to train like fucking every body part.
Because our first plan was like, let's make as much money out of this thing as we can, and now it's like the other thing makes money. This will add to all of the other things that we do.
Big time.
So that is the priority. It's just where we go to work.
Yep.
And then on top of that, we have this awesome. It's almost like most people would have a gym and then have like the classroom off to the side or the whatever or the posing room off to the side. It's like no, that's the thing.
Yeah.
And our spare room is this fucking amazing gym. That someone else runs for us.
I'd love to
gym
have I'd love to have that as our next iteration of this space. I want
Small rooms.
I want
space.
a lecture space, a studio that we can have, because I mean we've had a lot of people hire the facility out. Like we had Cody Simpson in here with L'Oreal shooting.
Yeah, it's cool.
That's wild.
Not too long ago. So I mean, obviously it was off peak hours and didn't really impede too much on the gym members. But you know, like if we can have somewhere that they can go privately to then do their portrait shots and stuff like that, he had to go to another studio to do that.
Yeah.
So. You know, that's, I mean, obviously a very unique situation having someone of that caliber in here, but hey, like if people are out there looking at gyms, we had Gymshark in here as well,
Yeah.
you know, like if they're looking for that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then if we have the likes of Jordan Shallow or whatever coming over and doing his lectures and workshops, we could have a private studio for him to do the theory component
stuff,
and then the practical component.
Doesn't
as
affect
well.
the members of the gym as well.
Yeah.
Everything runs the same,
Yeah.
and you've got it's a great addition.
Exactly. That would be the ideal next step for this.
Yeah.
But I don't want to bite off more than
Think
I can.
about it just now.
But I think
we've just opened up another gym. Let's
Yeah.
just let that one and this
Yeah.
one kind of like do its
Yeah.
thing first.
Yeah.
I think it's really important though to have that conversation because like